All right, guys, so let's continue on. The Merchant of Venice, Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Lancelot the clown, alone. Lancelot the clown enters alone. So again, we're going to hop back and forth. So Lancelot, certainly my conscience will serve me to run from this Jew, my master. The fiend is at mine elbow and tempts me, saying to me, Gobbo, Lancelot Gobbo, good Lancelot, or good Gobbo, or good Lancelot Gobbo. Use your legs, take the start, run away. My conscience says, no, take heed, honest Lancelot, take heed, honest Gobbo, or as aforesaid, honest Lancelot Gobbo, do not run, scorn running with thy heels. While the most courageous fiend bids me pack, Fia, says the fiend, away, says the fiend, for the heavens rouse up a brave mind, says the fiend, and run. While my conscience hanging about the neck of my heart says very wisely to me, my honest friend Lancelot being an honest man's son, or rather an honest woman's son, for indeed my father did something smack, something grow to. He had a kind of taste, well, my conscience says, Lancelot, budge not. Budge, says the fiend, budge not, says my conscience. Conscience, say I, you counsel well. Fiend, say I, you counsel well. To be ruled by my conscience, I should stay with the Jew, my master, who, God bless the mark, is a kind of devil. And to run away from the Jew, I should be ruled by the fiend, who, saving your reverence, is the devil himself. Certainly the Jew is the very devil incarnation, and in my conscience is but a kind of hard conscience, to offer to counsel me to stay with the Jew. The fiend gives the more friendly counsel. I will run, fiend, my heels are at your command, I will run. Enter old Gobbo with a basket. So what is Lancelot saying here? I'm sure I'll feel guilty if I run away from this Jew, my master. The devil's on my shoulder tempting me. He's saying, Gobbo, Lancelot Gobbo, good Lancelot, or good Gobbo, or good Lancelot Gobbo. Use your legs and run away. But my conscience says, no, Lancelot, calm down, don't run away. The devil's urging me to leave. Go away, he says, run away, be tough, says the devil, and run. But then my conscience hanging around my heart says very wisely to me, my good friend Lancelot, you're a good boy, the son of an honest man. Really, that should be the son of an honest woman, since my father cheated on my mother. Anyway, my conscience says, stay put. Go, the devil says. Don't go, says my conscience. Conscience, I say, you give good advice. Devil, I say, you give good advice. If I listened to my conscience, I'd stay with the Jew, my master, who's a devil. But if I ran away from the Jew, I'd be following the advice of the devil, who's the very devil himself. Certainly the Jew is the devil incarnate, and my conscience is giving me a hard time by telling me to stay with the Jew. The devil's advice is nicer. I'll run, devil. Tell me to run, and I'll run. Gobbo enters with the basket. So he's like in a fucking... So Gobbo, master, young man, you, I pray you, which is the way to master Jews? Excuse me, young man, how do I get to the Jew's residence? Lancelot responds to Gobbo, aside, or he's saying this to himself. Oh heavens, this is my true begotten father, who, being more than sand blind, high gravel blind, knows me not. I will try confusions with him. So to himself, good heavens, it's my father. He doesn't recognize me because he's half blind, or more than half blind, somewhere between half blind and totally blind. I'll play a little game with him. So Gobbo responds, master, young gentleman, I pray you, which is the way to master Jews? Young man, excuse me, how do I get to the Jews? Lancelot responds, turn up on your right hand at the next turning, but at the next turning of all on your left. Marry, at the very next turning, turn of no hand, but turn down indirectly to the Jew's house. So Lancelot responds, turn right at the next turn, but at the following turn, turn left. Oh, and then at the very next turn, don't turn left or right, but turn down and around to the Jew's house. Gobbo responds, by God's sun ties, 'twill be a hard way to it, or 'twill be a hard way to hit. Can you tell me whether one Lancelot that dwell with him or no? Good heavens, those are difficult directions. Can you tell me if a man named Lancelot who lives with him is still there? Lancelot responds, talk you of young master Lancelot? So he asks him, and then he says this to himself, mark me now. Now will I raise the waters. Talk you of young master Lancelot? Are you talking about the young master Lancelot? Speaking so no one else can hear. Watch out, I'm going to pull a good prank here. Is that who you're talking about? So Gobbo, so it's Gobbo, Gobbo? No, master, sir, but a poor man's son. His father, though I say it, is an honest exceeding poor man, and God be thanked, well to live. He's not a master, sir. He's just a poor man's son. His father, if I do say so myself, is an honest but very poor man, and thank God, likely to live a long time. Lancelot responds, well, let his father be what he will. We talk of young Master Lancelot. While his father can be whatever he wants to be, we're talking about young Master Lancelot. So Gobbo responds, your worship's friend and Lancelot, sir. Please don't call him that, sir. He's just Lancelot. Lancelot responds, but I pray you, ergo, old man, ergo, I beseech you, talk you of young Master Lancelot? So this is what so ergo means therefore in Latin. Lancelot is using the word to prove he's an educated gentleman, but seems to have no idea what it means. But excuse me, ergo, old man, ergo, I'm asking you if you're talking about young Master Lancelot. Gobbo responds, of Lancelot, and to please your mastership. Yes, I'm talking about Lancelot, sir. Lancelot responds, ergo, Master Lancelot, talk not of Master Lancelot, father, for the young gentleman, according to fates and destinies, and such odd sayings, the sisters three, and such branches of learning, is indeed deceased, or as you would say in plain terms, gone to heaven. Ergo, Master Lancelot, but please don't talk about Master Lancelot, old man. The young gentleman submitting to the fates, the three sisters who control destiny, and other branches of learning like that is deceased, or to put it in plain language, he's gone to heaven. So Gobbo responds, Mary, God forbid, the boy was the very staff of my age, my very prop. Oh no, God forbid, the boy was going to support me in my old age. Lancelot, do I look like a cudgel or a hovel post, a staff or a prop? Do you know me, father? What am I, a cane? How could I support anyone? Don't you recognize me, father? Gobbo responds, alack the day, I know you not, young gentleman, but I pray you tell me, is my boy, God rest his soul, alive or dead? Heaven help me, I don't know you, sir, but please tell me, is my boy, God rest his soul, alive or dead? Lancelot responds, do you not know me, father? You really don't recognize me, father? Gobbo responds, alack, sir, I am sand blind, I know you not. Sir, I'm half blind, I don't know you. Lancelot responds, nay, indeed, if you had your eyes, you might fail of the knowing me. It is a wise father that knows his own child. Well, old man, I will tell you news of your son. Give me your blessing. Truth will come to light. Murder cannot be hid long. A man's son may, but in the end, truth will come out, or truth will out. A man's son may, but in the end, truth will come out. Even if he had your eyes, he still might not recognize me. It takes a wiser father to know his own child. Well, old man, I'll tell you news of your son. Give me your blessing. The truth will come to light, and murder can't be hidden long. A man's son may hide, but truth will always come out. So Gobbo says, pray you, sir, stand up. I am sure you are not Lancelot, my boy. Please stand up. I'm sure you aren't Lancelot, my boy. Lancelot replies, pray you. Let's have no more fooling about it, but give me your blessing. I am Lancelot, your boy that was, your son that is, your child that shall be. Come on, quit fooling around. Give me your blessing. I'm Lancelot, who was your boy, is your son, and will be your child. Gobbo responds, I cannot think you are my son. I can't believe you're my son. Lancelot responds, I know not what I shall think of that, but I am Lancelot, the Jew's man, and I am sure Marjorie, your wife, is my mother. I don't know what to say to that, but the fact is I'm Lancelot, the Jew's servant, and Marjorie, your wife, is my mother. Gobbo, her name is Marjorie indeed. I'll be sworn if thou be Lancelot, thou art mine own flesh and blood. Fills the back of Lancelot's head. Lord worshipped might he be, what a beard hast thou got. Thou hast got more hair on thy chin than Dobbin, my fill horse, has on his tail. Yes, you're right, her name is Marjorie. If you're Lancelot, then you're my own flesh and blood. He feels the back of Lancelot's head. My lord, what a bushy beard you have. You got more hair on your chin than Dobbin, my horse, has in his tail. Lancelot responds, it should seem then that Dobbin's tail grows backward. I am sure he had more hair of his tail than I have of my face when I last saw him. Then Dobbin's tail must be growing backward. I'm sure he had more hair on his tail than I have on my face when I last saw him. Gobbo, Lord, how art thou changed? How dost thou and thy master agree? I have brought him a present. How agree you now? Lord, how you've changed. How are you and your master getting along? I brought him a present. How are you? Lancelot responds, well, but for mine own part, as I have set up my rest to run away, so I will not rest till I have run some ground. My master's a very Jew. Give him a present, give him a halter. I am famished in his service. You may tie every finger I have with my ribs. Father, I am glad you are come. Give me your present to one Master Bassanio, who indeed gives rare new liveries. Give me your present to one Master Bassanio, who indeed gives rare new liveries. So he responds to his father, I'm all right, but I've decided to run away and I can't wait to get going. My master is a total Jew. You're giving him a present? Give him a noose to hang himself. He's starving me to death. You can see my ribs so well you can count them. I'm glad you've come, father. Give me your present to give to Master Bassanio. He gives his servants beautiful new uniforms. If I serve not him, I will run as far as God has any ground. O rare fortune, here comes the man. To him, father, for I am a Jew, if I serve the Jew any longer. So Lancelot uses the word Jew as a term of abuse here. If I can't get a job with him, he's talking about Bassanio, I'll run away to the ends of the earth. Oh, look, this is lucky. Here comes Master Bassanio now. Let's go talk to him, father. If I work for the Jew any longer, you can just call me a Jew. So Bassanio enters with Leonardo, an attendant or two, and another follower or two. So enter Bassanio with Leonardo and some attendants. Bassanio talks to one of his followers, to one of his attendants. You may do so, but let it be so hasted that supper be ready at the farthest by 5 of the clock. See these letters delivered, put the liveries to making, and desire Gratiano to come anon to my lodging. Exit one of the servants, or one of the attendants, exit a follower. So Bassanio says to the attendant, all right, go ahead, but do everything quickly. Supper must be ready at 5 at the latest. Make sure these letters get delivered, get the uniforms made, and tell Gratiano to come visit me soon. Lancelot, to him, father. Go talk to him, father. Gobbo, to Bassanio. God bless your worship. God bless you, sir. Bassanio, gramercy. What dost thou ought with me? Thank you. What do you want with me? Here's my son, sir, a poor boy. This is my son, sir. He's a poor boy. Lancelot, not a poor boy, sir, but the rich Jew's man that would, sir, as my father shall specify. Not a poor boy, but the rich Jew's servant who wants, as my father will explain. So the father talks, Gobbo. He hath a great infection, sir, as one would say, to serve. He wants very much, sir, as one might say, to work for. Lancelot breaks in. Indeed, the short and the long is, I serve the Jew and have a desire, as my father shall specify. To put it briefly, I work for the Jew and I want, as my father will tell you. Gobbo, his master and he, saving your worship's reverence, are scarce cater cousins. He and his master aren't exactly friends. So Lancelot breaks in. To be brief, the very truth is that the Jew, having done me wrong, doth cause me, as my father being, I hope, an old man, shall fructify unto you. To be brief, the truth is that the Jew has done me wrong, and that forces me to, as my father, an old man, will inform you. The father breaks in. I have here a dish of doves that I would bestow upon your worship, and my suit is, I have a present I'd like to give you, sir, and I want to request that. So Lancelot breaks in, the son. In very brief, the suit is impertinent to myself, as your worship shall know by this honest old man, and though I say it, though old man, yet poor man, my father. To make a long story short, the request is about me, as this good old man will tell you. Even though I'm his son and I'm the one saying it, this old man is a poor man. Bassanio breaks in. One speak for both? What would you? One of you do the talking. What do you want? Lancelot starts talking. Serve you, sir. To work for you, sir. Gobbo, the father breaks in. That is the very defect of the matter, sir. That's what we're trying to say, sir. Bassanio, I know thee well. Thou hast obtained thy suit. Shylock, thy master, spoke with me this day, and hath preferred thee, if it be preferment, to leave a rich Jew's service to become the follower of so poor a gentleman. Bassanio, we're going to translate it. I know who you are. You can have what you want. I spoke with your master Shylock today, and he recommended you to me. If you want to leave a rich Jew to work for a poor gentleman, you're welcome to. Lancelot, the old proverb is very well parted between my master Shylock and you, sir. You have the grace of God, sir, and he hath enough. So what he's saying, do you know the old proverb, the grace of God is enough, sir? It could be divided between you and my boss Shylock. You have the grace of God, and he has enough. Bassanio speaks, thou speakest it well. Go, father, with thy son. Take leave of thy old master and inquire my lodging out. Nicely put. Go with your son, old man. Say goodbye to your old master and find your way to my house. So Bassanio continues to the followers. Give him a livery, more guarded than his fellows. See it done. So give him a uniform that's a little nicer than the others. Make sure it gets done. That's what he says to his followers, which is translated to his attendants. So Lancelot breaks in. Father, in. I cannot get a service, no. I have ne'er a tongue in my head, reading his own palm. While if any man in Italy have a fair table which doth offer to swear upon a book, I shall have good fortune. Go to, here's a simple line of life. Here's a small trifle of wives. Alas, 15 wives is nothing. 11 widows and 9 maids is a simple coming in for one man. And then to escape drowning thrice, and to be in peril of my life with the edge of a feather bed. Here are simple scapes. Well, if fortune be a woman, she's a good wench for this gear. Father, come, I'll take my leave of the Jew in the twinkling. In the morning maybe, or the nighttime when the stars shine. Exit Lancelot the clown with old Gobbo. So the father and son exit. This is what he's saying. Father, go ahead. I can't get a job, can I? I can't talk well, no. Reading his own palm. If any man in Italy have a palm good enough to swear on a Bible with, it's me. I got very good luck. Here's my lifeline. It shows a few wives. 15 wives is nothing. 11 widows and 9 maids is a humble beginning for one man. It seems I'll almost drown 3 times, and my life will be in danger when I'm caught in bed with another man's wife. But these little lines are the escape routes I can take to get out of that one. If luck's a lady, she's good at this business. Father, let go. I'll leave the Jew behind in the blink of an eye. Okay, that's what it means. So they exit. Bassanio. I pray thee, good Leonardo, think on this. These things being bought and orderly bestowed, return in haste, for I do feast tonight, my best esteemed acquaintance. Hie thee, go. Please, Leonardo, think about this. He hands him a piece of paper. These things have been bought and are ready. Hurry back here. I'm having dinner tonight with someone I greatly respect. Go now. Leonardo, my best endeavors shall be done herein. I'll do my best. Enter Gratiano. Gratiano enters. So Gratiano to Leonardo, where is your master? Where's your master? Leonardo, yonder, sir, he walks. Exit Leonardo. He's walking over there, sir. Leonardo exits. So Gratiano, Signor Bassanio. Bassanio, Gratiano. Gratiano, I have a suit to you. I have a favor to ask. Bassanio, you have obtained it. Anything. That's what he's saying, like, so anything. What do you need? Gratiano, you must not deny me. I must go with you to Belmont. Don't say no, let me go with you to Belmont. Bassanio responds, why then you must be here thee, Gratiano. Thou art too wild, too rude and bold of voice. Parts that become thee happily enough, and in such eyes as ours appear not faults. But where thou art not known, why, there they show something too liberal. Pray thee, take pain to allay with some cold drops of modesty thy skipping spirit, lest through thy wild behavior I be misconst read in the place I go to, and lose my hopes. Well, if you have to go, you have to go. But listen to me, Gratiano. Sometimes you get a bit too wild and you let your voice get a bit loud and rude. These things look good on you, of course, and to people like you and me, there's nothing wrong with it. But in places where people don't know you, your behavior might seem too wild. Please try to act a little more serious, or the people in Belmont will get the wrong impression about me, and your wildness will make me blow my chance with Portia. Gratiano, Senor Bassanio, hear me. If I do not put on a sober habit, talk with respect and swear, but now and then wear prayer books in my pocket, look demurely, nay more, while grace is saying, hood mine eyes, thus with my hat and sigh and say amen. Use all the observance of civility like one well studied in a sad instant to please his grandam. Never trust me more. Listen, Senor Bassanio, there's nothing to worry about. I'll be solemn looking. I'll talk with respect, and I'll only swear once in a while. I'll carry prayer books in my pocket and look sweet even more. While grace is being said, I'll be modest and say amen. I'll watch my manners as if I'm trying to please my grandma. If I don't do all this, never trust me again. Bassanio responds, well, we shall see your bearing. Well, we shall see how you act. Gratiano, nay, but I bar tonight. You shall not gauge me by what we do tonight. Okay, but tonight doesn't count. You can't judge me based on what I do tonight. Bassanio responds, no, that were pity. I would entreat you rather to put on your boldest suit of mirth, for we have friends that purpose merriment, but fare you well, I have some business. No, it'd be a shame for you to act serious tonight. I'd rather see you having fun because we have friends coming who want to have fun. Anyway, I have to say goodbye to you now. I've got some business to take care of. Gratiano, and I must too, Lorenzo and the rest. But we will visit you at supper time, exuent severely. So I have to join Lorenzo and the others, but we will visit you at supper time. They exit. So Gratiano, he wants to go to Belmont with Bassanio. And this was about Gobbo and Lancelot. Lancelot kind of is like the clown. He's kind of like the court jester who brings kind of like a comedian of the wealthy. of the wealthy Jew Shylock. He gives him pleasure when he needs it, kind of like Hopfrog of Edgar Allan Poe. He's a court jester. He's the man who brings entertainment, but he doesn't want to work for the Jew anymore, so he wants to work for Bassanio, who's known to take care of his workers, but he's not much of a wealthy man. And Gobbo actually came from nowhere because he's too old and he wants Lancelot to take care of him. Funny. That's the end of Act 2, Scene 2. The Merchant of Venice.